Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Messerschmitt 100 here, back with another World of Tanks review video. Today we're taking a look at this mighty beast, my crown jewel, the formidable JagdPanzer Kampfwagen E-100. Well, let's start off with my favorite comment of this video, which is going to Mountain Patriot, which was very kind to leave a comment on my movie versus facts, a tiger scene review from Fury. There's one another that was criticizing me, and he just responded to him and was showing him just how little he knew, as he said also himself. So thank you for that. Really did appreciate it. And by the way, I really like your name. I really like it. Good name. Well guys, over to the video. So let's start off with the history of this tank. The Germans during World War II produced, as you're quite sure you know already, a lot of tanks. So I'm starting with the history of the E-series first. The E-series was basically a standardization of production, because you had one factory producing Panzer IVs, Panzer IIIs, Stug, Panthers, JagdPanzers, Tiger, King Tiger, Jagd Tiger. All of these plants were just producing their own. Some of them were even producing just their own vehicles, and it was just chaos. There's a lot of different things resulting. We end up with normal Panzer IV, Panzer IV Heidbrüstadt, Panzer IV. Well, it was the Schmalz turn did not see action. It was just planned, but still, they were producing the normal Panzer IV. Panther N10 was a version of the Panther. I'm just having the Panther 88 here just to show the ordinary Panther. I don't have the ordinary Panther, but close enough. And they were also producing, shown here, the Tiger, just Japanese Tiger, and the German Tiger is pretty much it is the same vehicle. Just to show you. Jagd Tigers, they were also producing them, about 80 of these. So they needed to standardize production, and so the E-series was a collection of vehicles designed to be new standard for the German army. The E-100 type, Panzer E-100, JV E-100, Waffenträger auf E-100, a normal E-100, was to be the super heavy type vehicles. But the E-100 was actually supposed to have the mouse turret, and not the given turret that it has in the game. So where does this leave us? Well, there were none of the E-series really produced, but they, except from a chassis of the E-100, which was unfortunately later scrapped in England after just a few tests. It was actually found with one chassis was found with the pan-engine of the German Panther. Think about that. You have an engine designed for a 46-ton tank, and you put it into a vehicle that weighs 130 to 150 tons. You will kill the engine in 5 meters. It will never have been working. So it was found by the Allies. A few tank chassis, and also some Russians, I also think, found some of them, and they hadn't been completed. But these things were huge, absolutely enormous. Let me just show you an example. Right, this is the JagdPanzer E-100, and this is a Sherman. That is a fuckload of difference. And so it was never produced. None of them. None of the E-100s were ever produced. But if they had been produced, they are an enormous target from the air. Absolutely fucking enormous. This is the size of a bus. I mean, it's over 3 meters tall. You know, here's the JagdTiger in relation to it. It's bigger than the JagdTiger. It will crush any bridge it tries to get over. Maintaining this thing would be a complete nightmare because of, you know, the weight. And yeah, it would just have been horrible. And this was meant as an anti-aircraft gun. This is not against infantry. This was a 20mm cannon to fend off aircraft. Yeah, good luck with that. So, all in all, I don't think they would make big impact because of that. But if they had met an allied tank, if an allied tank had met the JagdPanzer E-100 or the normal E-100, they couldn't do shit against it, basically. Only the Firefly could penetrate from the side or maybe from the rear, but you know, you were fucked if you came towards this from the front. Lower places, forget it. Anywhere else, forget it. You had to take it from the rear or from the side. So, you know, and this gun, keep in mind the 88mm gun was capable of knocking out a Sherman on 3 kilometers away. This thing will blow them apart from about 7 kilometers without any problem. I mean, you're firing a 17cm shell at velocities to around 800 to 1000 meters per second. The kinetic energy will be able to blast through easily 300 millimeters of armor. And keep in mind that the Sherman of the time, the EZ-8, I'll just take an example, had only 60 millimeters in the front. You were toast. You were absolutely dead if you were hit by anything caliber of this. That's the historical one. I took a little longer piece today because I find this E-series very interesting and intriguing. So let's go over into the game, where this is a quite different story. Let's start off with hit points. A really healthy 2200 hit points. It has the highest HP pool, I think, of any tank destroyers in the game, or if not the second, it is the second highest. Let us actually check that out with the tech trees. Here we go, the JagdPanzer E-100, the Waffenträger E-100. The Russians has their, where are they? There you. We have a lot of tanks there as a cover, but just, yeah, they don't have just a little, they have a little bit more hit points than, you know, the other vehicles. Sorry I didn't just go through it because that will stretch my video out even more. But yeah, it has a good amount of hit points. My vehicle weighs 134.64 tons with my offset, which I will go through later. But the suspension is designed to take 150 tons, but there is nothing you can put on the vehicle to make it that heavy. Top speed, it's theoretical top speed is 30 kilometers per hour. I don't think I can get up into more than 28 with this thing. Or maybe on straight road you can get up into 30. It has okay acceleration. It's still very sluggish, but not as sluggish as you might think. It has a, yeah, quite bad 20 degrees traverse speed. That's pretty bad. Now we get over to the armor, and for this I actually want you to select the annotations if you're in YouTube, because I'm going to put an annotation over the 2 weak spots right around now. So, but if you're looking at this mobile device, you won't be able to see them. So that's why top cupola, weak spot, the lower glacis, weak spot. From the side, if you get shot in here, that can be quite weak, but keep in mind it's rounded, so yeah, be careful. Side 120 millimeters, basically flat, you can penetrate it. The rear is 150 millimeters, so if there's light tank kind of problems penetrating you, if they fire at you like that, there's a quite big chance they will bounce off. And against the front, if you angle it like that, they can pretty much forget it, because that's pretty much JagdPanzer frontal glacis armor right there. Now, and if they hit this bolted on piece, they are also going to bounce right off. They won't penetrate that. Frontal glacis, upper, forget it. You're just going to bounce off completely. It is not going to do shit. Even if it's premium ammo, don't fire at the frontal glacis. Shoot it instead, here at the cheeks. There you got him. But also if you hit here, you actually kill the loader. And the gun breech is around here. Yeah, something around here. And how can you load the gun while being in the turret? It doesn't make sense. I would be more okay I wouldn't be okay with the radio operator either, because he's sitting here. That's another thing with this machine. It doesn't pack a machine gun in the front against infantry. Now in World of Tanks, that's good. In real life, it can be a pretty large problem. Just read up on the Ferdinand and you will learn all about its massive problems. Shooting at the front at the gun mantlet, very bad idea. If you want to waste ammo, fine. That's completely fine by me if you want to waste ammo, but don't shoot at this thing, because that angle, anything is going to ricochet right off. Side skirts, good protection against heat and also tracks. So high explosive anti-tank from side, not a good idea. Just shoot it here, alright? Keep in mind the engine is in the middle, so if you want to get an engine kill, you must shoot around. Try to aim between the tracks and the engine cover. Shoot around here, and you will probably hit the engine and set this thing on fire. Lower glacis, very weak. That's where you get it in this thing. So hide the lower glacis, as you're going to see in the replay. I get damaged when I get hit there. And there is another little problem with this thing, because of its size. Artillery. They love landing shit on your engine deck, and this thing bursts into flames immediately after that. Now let's go to the gun traverse. You won't notice it as much. It's 26. It can be slow sometimes, but most of the times it gets the job done. Good rear range and exceptional signal range, standard for every tier 10. Now we get over to the main thing of this gun. I mean, not the gun, the vehicle, but the gun of the vehicle. It's a 17 centimeter pack cannon. Just for translation, the thing that will really ruin your day. Rate of fire is abysmal, 2.33 rounds per minute. but I almost can get off free because I got brothers in arms on the entire crew. So, and also large caliber tank gun rammer, so I reload much faster. Here comes the thing with this tank destroyer. 1050 average damage on normal not high explosive, but armor piercing round. Same with high explosive anti-tank, although I will not recommend using them because they cost 7,200 each shot, which is a lot. Something I don't want to pay. And you really don't need that high. You really don't need 420 millimeters of penetration. It could be okay to have against T95s maybe, but you know, never pack more than one. Also pack some HE because this has a nasty 4.5 meter blast radius, and you also seen what the KV2 can do against, you know, tanks. So if you hit someone in the side of this thing, they're definitely going to feel it. And there, if you penetrate, you do 1,400 damage. Just taking it into perspective, we have the NXCDC. I was driving this tank once. The JagdPanzer E-100 had loaded high explosive and, you know, hit me right in the side. You know, and the armor on this thing is, you know, 20 millimeters. So, you know, French fries, right? Just complete French fries. Gone completely. So HE, not a terrible idea. And as I mentioned, I have large caliber tank gun rammer, gun lane drive, because this gun can take a little while to aim. 2.7 seconds. I really want that lover, but accuracy is good. And also interesting, this gun weighs, according to this, 7 tons. And if I didn't take mistaken, that's not. If I just look at the German Tier 1, I believe, yeah, so that weighs 7.5 tons. So the gun weighs almost as much as a Tier 1 tank. You know that's quite heavy. And by the way, heavy. This thing is really good at ramming things. If you go downhill with this thing, you keep in mind you can get downhill 40 kilometers per hour or 35, and when you weigh 135 tons, you're going to do quite a lot of damage if you hit it from the side. Except if it is a mouse on E-100, but except from that, you're really going to wreck people with it. Now, this thing suffers. Tactically, this thing suffers because it has a 20-second reload. I mean, for me, 21.21 seconds. That's an excruciatingly long reload, and the team really has to support you. There's the problem. The team does not support their JagdPanzers, E-100s. They just fend for themselves for the most. And but when the team do care about you, it's amazing because as you will see in the replay, JagdTiger supporting me, which is really invaluable when you're driving this thing. So have allies close by, and you are favorite targets for fast, mediums and light tanks. Believe me, the amount of excruciating pain I'm having when they're just circling me and killing me is frustrating as all hell. So please, for anyone who want to support JagdPanzer E-100s out there, please just kill the mediums, and we just take care of the heavies. Artillery, love this thing, absolutely, and I was very worried when I initially started the game. The replay that you're going to see, I was not really happy with the situation. And this thing has another problem. Right, you have gone through the entire German tank destroy tech tree. From the Grosstraktor at Tier 1, all three Armada, Stug, JagdPanzer, JagdPanzer and JagdTiger, and end up here. It has cost you, just to get this, 6 million credits and 210,000 research points. That's a lot of time. I used about 1 year to get mine. So yeah, you know, I use 1 year to get the tier 10. And here's the problem. Money. It doesn't have enough credits making to really be worth it. Well, I mean it's worth it because I love this thing. I just can't afford to drive it out because I have once gotten a hefty or quite a solid bill when it came back from a battle. It cost 41,000 credits. I have fired a lot of shots and I had missed on quite a few of them, and I had been completely destroyed. The amount I got back from the battle was 7,500 credits. So yeah, I had to pay I lost 34,000 credits. And that's the problem. This thing cannot make money in the long run. Even on the replay you're going to see, where I did 5,000 damage, I did only receive 40,000 credits. And when all repairs were done, I was left with 10,000 credits. That's 30,000 credits for firing 6 shots and repairing 1,800 hit points of your vehicle. That is insanely high when you have to gamble to lose 20,000 credits every time. There's a chance that you will lose 20,000 or 40,000 credits when you take this thing out, and that's really not making me wanting to. I mean, if I need 1 million to just play this thing just for say 100 battles, you know, for that kind of credit, I couldn't buy a JagdPanzer. So they have to buff the money making on this thing because, do 5,000 damage and just get 40,000 back for it is very little. They should at least give me 60,000 credits for that, because they're just too expensive to keep operational. Especially also when you have repair kit, that adds another 3,000. Maybe you have to revive a crew member, another 3,000. If you're really unlucky, you also have to put out the fire, another 3,000. It just goes on and on and on, and at the end of the day you just end up losing so much credits and getting so little back that you just don't want to play it anymore. And that's why I only have that's why I only have taken 76 battle in this thing. I really want to take it out more and use it more, but I can't. It is just too expensive. So please buff this thing, alright? Well, enough of me talking in the garage. On to the replay. So, here we are at the replay, and you're going to see just what this massive beast is able to perform. and just the sheer amount of damage you can do. I just replied that, you know, it's free artillery here. Free. 2 of them are tier 10, and for me, you know, I'm the size of a fucking bus. There are massive problems with me and artillery. I really don't like them, and luckily the E-100, which should be, yeah, he's over there. Yeah, he agrees with me. And yeah, I didn't have high hopes, to say the least, to start with. But the JagdTanzer is coming up as well, and I just signaled that I'm ready to fire. Some allies know that they have cover from me, and I don't need to wait long. There you go, Type 4 Heavy just showed up, but I don't take a chance to take the shot without having a proper look at him. Nice shot, take half of his health away, real damaged him, and I back away behind this building to avoid artillery fire and a fire from them. Luckily they don't have artillery fire mode. I'm really glad for that. But yeah, keep in mind, my shells cost 2,000 credits, 2,200 credits per shot. Now I don't want to fire at them because they have so low health. So I instead back off and let the JagdTanzer and the T-110 E5 take him on instead. And reinforcements in form of a Waffenträger Panzer 4 comes in to, you know, take him out. So now I'm good, and I am advancing, signal that we should attack, and also signal to the JagdTanzer that he should follow me. For some reason that doesn't seem to show up. Now I see this bad chat is in trouble, so fucked him up. He had a really bad day, and the same goes for our now T-110 E5. And there's an object 140 up there, which I'm really interested to, you know, remove from the battlefield. It's a surgical precision. And JagdPanzer 2 is also with us. Good. Yeah, artillery really needs to have their camo nerfed. Keep in mind, we have a Waffenträger Panzer 4 down there, and he has to just look at the map. Matter of fact, let me just stop it. There is the Panzer not the Panzer, sorry, the Waffenträger Panzer 4, and you're just going to see pretty soon just how close. Just look at the map now. Just look on how close he has to get to, or to spot them when they're firing. Fire solid shot into him. Has a really bad day and get out of his range. Now the artillery has been spotted. Look at that. They're firing with you know, caliber close to 150 millimeters and more. And our Waffenträger Panzer 4 with his incredible view range had to come that close in order to, you know, spot them. And that's troubling, because, you know, the Waffenträger Panzer 4 basically have light tank spotting range, and when he has to come that close to spot the artillery, nerf the ammo. No, not the ammo. Well, the ammo as well, but nerf the camo. And I actually wanted artillery to be taken out of the game completely. They just serve to... They don't expose themselves, they don't put themselves at risk, and just behind it, just destroying us with just 1 or 2 shots. So I just decided to go heck with it and just start blowing up some artillery as well. Because, as you probably have noticed, I'm not really happy about artillery in any way, shape or form. And of course, as you saw yesterday in the Grosstraktor review, check that out by the way, link will be in the description. Yeah, the RNG can cause you to hit your own. This guy, don't take a shot at him. I went for the Grosstraktor to spot the other one before I get my mind on more pressing cases, like the E-100 and T-57. So I'm advancing towards them and hiding my lower plate behind this rock. Or okay, I do not hide it here because I know I will surprise them. No, I'm not going to load HE. It won't do shit against the E-100. So just wait for them to show up. Just travel a bit closer. And I'm now texting, so yeah. Drop out of it and hit him where it really hurts. I'm just backing off and shaking, hoping for ricochet. That unfortunately does not happen, but it seems like he had used heat. But the T-57 bounces, and I know he has outloader, so just continue going backwards and forward, making me a very hard target to hit. So now we got them surrounded, both the E-100 and the T-57. And the T-57 is about to attack, and I see him. Fire a lucky shot right into him, and fucks him up. E-100 comes out, shoot at me, but gets destroyed. Right. That was the end of this review. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This took me a bit of a while to get good footage because, as I mentioned, credits making on this shit isn't so very good for Tier 10. They really should buff the credits making on these Tier 10 heavy tank. At least on this one. In this replay, I do 5,000 damage, and I just get 40,000 back. Now, that's okay. I got a really powerful gun, but still, when repairing your tank can cost up to 34,000. Yeah, and if you are unlucky enough, you can get as little as 15,000 for a loss. And when it costs over 2 times that amount to repair and rearm the vehicle, you really don't want to get out into this thing because you can end up losing 20,000 credits or more. So really, please buff this thing, at least the credits making. But yeah, I mean, I love this thing. I just can't afford to take it out enough as many times as I wanted to. I just can't. And that's really annoying because I used so long time to get it. But enough of me whining. Again, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you like this video. Share it with some others that is on their way up the German tank destroyer tech tree. Or someone who wants this thing, or someone who's about to get it. Share this video. So if you like what you see here, then you can subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified when I upload a new video. Well guys, until next time, thank you, and I will well, I had to finish up the correct way. Keep your ammo dry, your barrel clean, and I will see you on the battlefield. Thanks for watching.